Good morning and thanks for waking up with us on this Tuesday, July 31st. I'm Lauren Barnes.
And I'm Daniel Shedd. Joe Moreno has the day off. Meteorologist Lisa Raffa hard at work, though, in the weather lab. She joins us now with your forecast first.
Good morning, guys. We're starting out with some patchy to locally dense fog in spots. You can see some of the low-hanging clouds and patchy fog in Branson. 64 degrees right now. We've got the calm winds. We've got the moisture. And Branson got some rain yesterday, so that's why we're seeing some of this fog develop here this morning. You can see that visibility down to 7 miles in Branson, 3/4 of a mile in Fayetteville, and 2 miles in Harrison. So especially if you got that rain yesterday along and south of that Arkansas border, that's where you're going to find that patchy to dense fog. We do have a few showers and one rumble of thunder just to the south of West Plains, pretty much crossing into Arkansas near Salem there. Just some lightning in that storm and locally heavy rain. We're seeing some of these showers kind of exit this morning. Very isolated, nothing severe. It should not slow you down. 62 in Springfield right now. It's 64 in Rolla and 65 in Ava. You can see that pleasant air up here is starting to move in. So some of us will have less humid, dry conditions, but some of us will have rain today. Those who have the rain will mainly be to the east of Highway 65. So if you're going to the fair today, I think it's going to be a nice day. We'll have some clouds. The temperatures cool in the 80s. Details on where to expect that rain today, we'll do that in 10 minutes.
2 lawsuits are now facing Ride the Ducks in Branson, among other attraction companies. The Coleman family lost 9 family members in the tragedy, and this $100 million wrongful death lawsuit was filed on behalf of the now deceased 76-year-old Irvin Coleman and 2-year-old Maxwell. The legal team is targeting current duck boat owner Ripley Entertainment and former duck boat owner Hershin Family Entertainment, the company behind Silver Dollar City. The team says the boats manufactured and managed by these companies created a deadly situation, even for those wearing a life jacket.
The buoyancy of their life preserver brought them up into the top of the canopy where they couldn't get out. But if you don't have a life preserver and you could somehow fight your way through the dark out the window, then you don't have the buoyancy that's going to bring you to the surface and save your life. So because of the canopies that they added, you are dead if you do, you are dead if you don't, you're drowned if you do, you're drowned if you don't.
A second wrongful death lawsuit related to the Ride the Ducks incident is also asking for money. 3 daughters are suing on behalf of their parents, who were also victims on the boat. According to the wrongful death petition, William and Janice Bright from Higginsville, Missouri, were in Branson celebrating their 45th wedding anniversary. The petition demands damages from defendants Ride the Ducks, Ripley Entertainment, as well as the captain and the driver. So far, it's requesting these damages in the amount of $25,000. Attorney Adam Graves says that's the minimum amount it would take to send this case to the circuit court. Graves started describing the case by talking about the inherent design flaws of duck boats, and a flaw he says the National Transportation Safety Board pointed out 18 years ago.
That it has a roof or a canopy over the top. And so when one of these boats sink, as the boat goes down, the water pushes your body up and pushes you into the roof, and it prevents escape. They've known that for 18 years. They've refused to make any changes to their duck boats.
Now, he also says that led to the Branson tragedy and are driving into severe weather that they knew was going to happen, and the captain also handled the situation poorly. Graves also says that their case is independent from the Coleman's federal case. There may be a chance in the future where those cases can merge, but they will not voluntarily do that.
Some other new information about the duck boat tragedy. A spokeswoman at the Missouri Attorney General's office says investigators have opened a criminal investigation into the duck boat accident on Table Rock Lake. Lawyers are looking under the Missouri Merchandising Practices Act to determine the facts and whether any criminal charges are appropriate. This is now the 3rd organization, along with the NTSB and Highway Patrol, looking into the accident.
In a local spotlight for you on this Tuesday morning, we're shining a light on a fresh smell you may experience in downtown Springfield. According to the news leader, a new business called Soap Refill Station opened last week at 210 South Campbell in a space once occupied by a hair salon. The concept is they sell soap, but you bring your own packaging in to buy that soap. The business owners say people have found a newfound appetite for places that emphasize product over packaging. Products include body washes, shampoos, dry soaps, face creams, sea salts, and Epsom salts. The news leader reported they also did some math, noting that you can buy laundry soap for roughly half the price at soap refill station versus what you'd pay at a normal grocery store. The owners say you bring your own containers to buy those products in the store.
Making news right now, the death toll from the raging wildfires in California has risen once again. They're now being blamed for at least 8 deaths, and most of the flames are still far from contained. CBS's Laura Podesta has more on the tragedy that's unfolding out west.
Firefighters in California are struggling to make headway against a slew of wildfires. Across the state, there are now 17 major fires that are burning. The largest ones are in the north.
We've had some very large pushes where it's burnt up a lot of acreage extremely fast.
The biggest by far is the Carr Fire. By Monday night, it had scorched more than 100,000 acres in and around the city of Redding. More than a week after it began, it's estimated to be less than 25% contained. The approaching flames forced tens of thousands of people to evacuate the area. On Monday, some of the displaced residents were allowed to go home.
It's just feeling wonderful to be able to come home and be able to sleep in our own bed and knowing that our house is still here.
Over 100 miles to the south, evacuation orders are also in effect. The ranch and river fires began Friday and grew rapidly. Fire officials believe they're getting the upper hand on them.
This portion of the fire is much less active than what we saw 24 hours ago, but that doesn't mean we're out of the woods yet.
The sheer number of wildfires has left fire crews exhausted. Many in California insist the state's fire season now seems to be a year-round event. Laura Podesta, CBS News, New York.
The Carr Fire is already believed to be the 9th most destructive wildfire in history.